road to Manchester United's third successive FA Cup final appearance began back in January, with what proved to be their toughest encounter of the campaign. Their first and most resilient opponents were Sunderland, whose last cup glory came in 1973. The first meeting was at Old Trafford. Both teams wanted success in the cup, as neither were then favourites for honours in their respective league divisions.
Well, Pilkington has an early problem here. Russell has nipped in, he's been forced wide, tries for goal, and would have found it, but for Gary Neville right on the line. Nearly a sensational start here. And Owen, who was far from positive with his first involvement in the game, now earns United a throw. This was Dennis Irwin, just knocking it now. If Peter Schmeichel had been there, maybe things would have been a bit more in order, but it wasn't Pilkington's fault. The more experienced man let him down. Kelly, keeping it in. Came off Pallister, Bracewell! Oh. Well, it looked to have the direction, it certainly had the power, but it just kept on rising. No inhibitions here from Sunderland. Giggs, nicely found by Cole. Here's Keane. But Giggs. Beckham. Irwin linking up as well. Now Cantona. But Cole, the movement is good. Nicky Butt! 1-0 to Manchester United. Patient play from the home side. Maybe in the end lulling Sunderland into a sense of false security. But they worked for the opening. Butt had several involvements in the move, and finally ran in on the blind side of Kubicki and looped it over Chamberlain. Sunderland have been making the chances, but Manchester United have taken theirs here, and they lead through Nicky Butt. Peter Reid has a belief that Kelly might just get in at the far post. Haven't seen a situation really to test that theory yet, but we have seen plenty of Craig Russell and Michael Gray. Oh, and it hit the post. Sunderland a whisker away from equalising here. And Michael Gray really connected. It's another sweeping attack. Russell again to the fore. And he lined it up quickly, did Gray, and Pilkington was beaten. One thing United can say in the second half, that Sunderland really haven't opened them up as they did in the first. Beckham for Cole! Well, he's a master of the one-touch finish. And rather than give himself a problem by bringing the ball down, he backed his ability to take it first time. Knew exactly what he was trying to do, steer it over Chamberlain, but it was too high. Michael Gray getting the better of Sharp. He'll pass it now, and he has done for Agnew. The shot is on, and it's in! Pilkington flung himself to his left, but couldn't reach it. Sunderland are level. Sharp. There's more brave defending from Ord. Agnew, no offside. Craig Russell, the ball wouldn't quite come down quickly enough for him. Russell shot! Russell's goal! It's turned round here with a vengeance. It's gone wrong for Alex Ferguson and his players in the second half, but all is not yet lost. 4 in the centre for Manchester United, Keane one of them. Michael Gray gets it away, but there's no one upfield for Sunderland at the moment. First time they've really been pressed back. Scott steps in. First sign of a siege on Chamberlain's goal. Agnew, sharp! Spins back his way as well. Keane, great tackle from Michael Gray. Well, he's be careful. His enthusiasm taken by Sharp, and Eric Cantona has equalised. Just over 10 minutes to go. 2-2. Sharp's free kick. And Cantona got free. Chamberlain got to it but couldn't keep it out. Well, Eric Cantona has come up with a critical goal here that might just keep Manchester United in the FA Cup.
So, as early as the third round, a replay would be required to settle the tie between United and Sunderland. Roker Park was the venue, commentary from Martin Tyler and Andy Gray.
Taken by Phil Gray on the chest. From Smith. Michael Gray. And Sunderland have taken the lead. Phil Gray got to the loose ball.
Well, he just reacted quicker than anyone else. I don't think it was a deliberate pass through to him. It was just poked through a little bit aimlessly.
Here's Philip Neville. The more Manchester United have the ball, the more you feel they must manufacture something. Scholes trying to do that and really half-hearted in his own appeals for a penalty as he went down. Not getting much support from his teammates. Gary Neville. Philip Neville can turn. It's turning out to be a siege on the Sunderland goal. Scholes! Well, the goal was coming. And Paul Scholes has stepped from the bench to provide it. 1-1 at Roker Park.
Well, it's been on the cards from the 46th minute of this match. Scholes gets himself in a great position. Lots of speed. Watch the way he just jinks inside, and it's a lovely shot. That's a beautifully struck shot. Across the goalkeeper and into the bottom corner. Looks like he's closed down. He wasn't having any of it. Still had the ability to pick his spot quite beautifully.
Retrieved again by Irwin. Back with Sharp, who've taken the corner. Andy Cole!
Right on cue.
Manchester United believe that they're in the fourth round. And worst of all for Sunderland is that it's the player who spent so many profitable months at Newcastle United, their deadly rivals, who scored here for Manchester United. And it's Sunderland 1, Manchester United 2, Andy Cole.
This is a magnificent header. At the end of a great cross from Sharp. Sharp got great quality. Cole's right on the borderline of being offside, but he isn't. And this isn't an easy chance. He's got to direct it. He's got to power it. He does all that in the last minute of the match. It's an unsavable header. It's a wonderful goal. It's a match winner for Manchester United.
Having taken 2 games to get past a team from a lower division, United were taking nothing for granted when they made the long journey to Elm Park for a meeting with First Division Reading.
Cantona gave it away. Gooding swept on towards Quinn, and Keane's given it away to Gooding once again. Morley's waiting in the middle. Could be Quinn's ball. Took a deflection, Morley. Oh, what a let-off. And United were stretched then when Morley and Quinn combined. Jones. Nogan now for Reading. Jones once again pursued by Sharp. Swept wide towards Gooding. Nogan's calling for the ball in the middle. Nogan's there! Just needed the merest of touches. And Lee Nogan would have converted the cross and given Reading the lead. Gooding got away from Irwin. It was a perfect cross. Morley. But shielding the ball from Parkinson and being fouled. Cole. Giggs. On towards Sharp. Gilks almost gave him the ball back. This is Sharp who's through on goal. Good save by Hammond. Can Giggs squeeze it in? He can. And Manchester United have the lead with 9 minutes to go to half-time. And that all stemmed from a mistake by Michael Gilks, the Reading left-back, who handed possession back to Manchester United on the edge of the Reading penalty area. Sharp almost found a way through. That's a great stop by Hammond, but it fell invitingly to Ryan Giggs. Hammond almost denied Manchester United a goal, but there was nobody there to pick up the loose ball except Ryan Giggs. Alex Ferguson, who has tasted success in the FA Cup in both England and Scotland. Morley away by Bruce. It's going to be a difficult second half for Manchester United. Reading are going to attack Manchester United with increasing desperation, and on a surface which is freezing by the minute. Manchester United will look for a second goal to make this tie safe, and this is Cole, only a foot or so away. Given the number of goals he's rattling in at the moment, there was a moment there when the Manchester United fans thought Cole had scored. Oh, that was desperately close. But Cantona. Oh, that's a great reverse pass to pick out Parker. And Parker tries to squeeze one in, and he scored. Well, while everyone was waiting for the cross, including Nicky Hammond, Parker fired the ball in from outside the penalty area. He doesn't score many goals, but that one could be crucial, and it could send Manchester United into the 5th round of the FA Cup. Well, you'd have put your money on a cross here, but Parker went for goal and was rewarded by an accurate shot. Maybe that has to go down as a goalkeeping error against Nicky Hammond. Either way, United lead 2-0. Jones' cross ricocheted off Dennis Irwin and safely through to Gary Neville. Safely as far as Manchester United are concerned. Cantona and Cole combine. It's 3 against 2 at the moment. Cantona calling for the ball to be delivered to the back post. Cole went for glory, and Keane is furious at the back post that he didn't pull it back. And the two exchanging angry words now. Cole went for goal. Keane had made the angle for the cutback as Cole screwed it wide. Quinn, intercepted by Bruce. Giggs. Cantona, United looking for number 3. what a miss! Oh dear. Well, if it had been 0-0, no one would have been laughing. Cantona did all the hard work here and was the architect of this golden opportunity, and Bruce misses an open goal. Alex Ferguson looks a good deal more relieved with his side 2-0 ahead, and his watch telling him we're inside the final minute of the match. Bruce helps it back to Schmeichel. Keane. And this is Butt. Sweeps aside Holsgrove. Surely this is number 3. Sharp, Cantona, and it is 3. What did you say, boys? They've been taunting him all afternoon, and Eric Cantona gives the perfect reply, but Nicky Butt was the architect-in-chief of the United goal. His forceful run into the Reading penalty area enabled Cantona to score the 3rd goal of the match for Manchester United and put the final gloss on this impressive United victory. But cut the ball back delightfully, and although Sharp couldn't finish, Eric Cantona, number 7, could.
Next came a tie the city of Manchester had longed for, a local derby against City. Controversy and conflict were inevitable.
Manchester City get the 132nd Manchester derby underway. It's the 5th meeting of these two teams in the FA Cup. 2 each is the record. Manchester City won the first 2, United the most recent 2. And Dennis Irwin, United's top scorer in the FA Cup last season, gets that throw-in back. Initially from Keane, now from Cantona. And in an ear-splitting, deafening atmosphere, it's going to be competitive and tough. But what can the silky skills of Ryan Giggs bring to this encounter? He's won a throw-in. Here's Summerby. Kinkladze tripped by Roy Keane. And Keane is going to be booked after just 3 minutes of the match. Cantona appeals on behalf of the Irishman. But for a player who has had more than his share of disciplinary problems, to get a yellow card so early in the game really puts him under pressure. Mikey Immel experiencing a Manchester derby for the 2nd time, on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline when the sides met here in the league earlier in the season. Paul Scholes, the scorer for United that day, is having to wait on the bench for his opportunity. Clearance by Brown. Neville with the throw-in. And across by Keane, away from Cole, and Frontsek didn't really deal with that. The merest of touches to it, and it's given United this throw-in. Owen the taker. Gets it back from Butt. Nicky Butt away from Brown. But then crashing into Kinkladze. Well, Butt has only just come back after suspension, and Roy Keane, who, remember, has already got a yellow card to his name, has unnecessarily got involved, and Niall Quinn came in to sort out as well, and now Alan Wilkie is having to pull players apart from each other. in just the sort of scenario that everyone would have wanted to avoid in this match. The angle of tough competitiveness had been played down in the lead-up to the game, and Roy Keane, who wasn't initially involved but made it his own say-so to be involved, is in real trouble here. Michael Brown, who was involved in the initial scuffle with Nicky Butt, is having his name taken. And Cole, who piled in as well. But Keane there, I think, can consider himself very fortunate indeed. And Keith Curle has also been booked. Kinkladze gets it through, and a chance on here for Uwe Rosler! And City have taken the lead! Uwe Rosler goes to take the acknowledgement of the delighted hordes of City supporters. The underdogs make the breakthrough. A beautifully cool finish from the German, just clipped it over the top of Finnish Michael's head. And while Manchester United were still looking for the offside, Rosler found the gap and applied the perfect finish. Is there to be a shock on the cards? Uwe Rosler, who's had difficulty matching his goal-scoring tally from last season, gets a vital one here at Old Trafford. Bruce. Cantona. Bruce praying it through to Cole, flicked down to Nicky Butt. Can Butt find the gap? It's turned away by Somerby. But in fact got the last touch, but two players converged on him then as he made the breakthrough. But sticking out a hopeful boot, but well wide from him. Well, it's a highly charged atmosphere, and in the opening stages that's got through to the players, but Manchester City have settled quickest. And Rosler's goal has settled their nerves on the big occasion. Manchester United have been the more rattled of the two teams, it would seem, from the opening exchanges. This is Somerby. Lomas. Brown. An overhit from Michael Fronsek. And it's a Manchester United throw-in. City in the opening 35 minutes have hardly looked like a team shaping up for a relegation battle. They've been very sharp. Now they're under pressure though, it's Phil Neville. And Steve Lomas giving him no room whatsoever for the cross. Giggs with the corner. Sharp and Cole are waiting inside the 6-yard box as Pallister inevitably lumbers forward. Keane. Oh, and it's turned away by Immel. Good goalkeeping. Keane has got a fair old spring in his step. I'm not sure it didn't take a deflection on the way. Cantona seemed to let it run, and the goalkeeper pushed it behind for another corner. Giggs with a kick. And there was some pushing that time, I think, by Cantona. Or was it the other way? Has he given a penalty here? City are furiously protesting to the referee, but he saw something when Giggs' corner was swung in. Somebody being held, may have been Cantona, and he's awarded Manchester United a grand opportunity to get themselves back into this match. And Eric Cantona, who's normally the epitome of ice coolness in this situation, takes the penalty and scores. And Manchester United are back in the match. Cantona so deliberate with his kick to draw United level, but what about the penalty? Frontsek seems to be the man protesting, and he was the man there involved with Cantona who seemed to give him the shove. The referee indicated that Frontsek had held Cantona down, and despite the Germans' protests, the spot kick was awarded and delivered with his usual cool fashion. Cantona, who scored 2 penalties in the victory over Chelsea in 1994, has possibly eradicated all of Manchester City's good work in the previous 38 minutes. He's cancelled out Uwe Rosler's opening goal, and this derby match takes another controversial twist. Sharp. Nicky Butt. And still Nicky Butt. It's a good surge this. And Curl cuts it off. Well, there'll be a few eagle eyes trained on 1 or 2 defenders from this corner after the last incident, which led to United's equaliser. It's Sharp with this corner. Cantona trying to get there, but this time Frontsek gets in front of him. It's from this side that the corner that led to the penalty award was taken by Ryan Giggs. Headed away as far as Cantona. This is Keane. Right through and across the face. That was hit with some venom, and it's the last action of a controversial first half. Keane himself involved in the early flashpoint when, having been booked, he then found himself involved in a skirmish that included a number of men. Manchester United get the second half underway, and the pitch has taken a hefty old battering from a torrential downpour of sleet and rain during the break, and the rain now has only eased off slightly. May well have served to dampen down 1 or 2 tempers as Neville gets forward and tests the City defence early on. Sharp came in, and it had to be hacked away by Keith Curl, but Sharp took a knock. First 30 seconds of the second half, and Phil Neville caused some real alarm here. Cantona. Here's Giggs. Nice touch. Clearance by Simons. Pallister. City pinned back inside their own half. Giggs couldn't find the touch to set Phil Neville away. Conditions worsen, Summery tears forward here for Manchester City. Rosler's waiting, it's Clough who wants it. Now Quinn has moved into the box. And the header back will be cleared by Steve Bruce. Cole. To feed it through to Butt, and curls across, but Butt got there. Lee Sharp into the side netting, but it took a touch on the way. And Manchester United have got a corner because Ike Immel turned it round. Giggs with the corner. Header away by Simons to Dennis Irwin. Charged down by Clough. Here's Cantona. Ian Frontsek, the two players involved in the penalty. Involved again there, but this is King Clancy. Keane. Here's Sharp. Aiming it in towards Andy Cole. And Keane is aiming to get there. Cantona. Clearance by Curl to Sharp. Sharp nicely fed by Dennis Irwin. And the clearance by Curl for the corner. Taxing times these for the Manchester City defence. They've had a lot of pressure at the start of the second half, Manchester United. Sharp with the corner. Keane coming in. And Curl has been rock solid. Tussle between Nigel Clough and Nicky Butt. Cantona. Neatly placed through. Cole's touch to Sharp! And the goalkeeper had it, lost it. Cole and Keane converged. And Immel was unhappy about the way that Keane went in on him. There's more squaring up. Keane, to be fair, backed off there and didn't look for instant reprisals, even though Immel was looking at him square in the face. And Alan Wilkie rapidly comes in and calms things down. It was a shot that spilled out of the goalkeeper's hands, and two players, Keane and Cole, felt they had a right to go for the ball, but Immel certainly felt that Keane had made too strong an attempt to get to the ball. Irwin. Might be long for Cole, but Cantona's there at the far side. Back in towards Nicky Butts. Over the top of his head. And Frontsek's the covering defender, but he's conceded the corner. Alan Ball watching on as his team have to defend right in front of their own supporters. And Manchester United are asking some serious questions now of this City defence. Sharp with a kick. Pallister goes in, Giggs is at the back post, and it goes on top of the net. Pallister so useful in opposing penalty areas, got his head to the ball. Giggs was the man at the back post and just couldn't direct it in. The angle was so tight. Sharp swung it in, and Pallister normally from this situation would be going for goal. Took a deflection off the top of his head, and Giggs really wasn't too far over. Will and Bruce, the latest pair involved in a scuffle. Really hasn't been the easiest of contests for Alan Wilkie to referee. He's had to be particularly beady-eyed. Neville. Keane. It's a good break this from Roy Keane. Firmly struck, and it was well held too by the goalkeeper. Sort of instance from which a closing striker like Andy Cole might have expected a rebound as it skidded along the sticky surface. Alex Ferguson, who's only finished on the losing side once in 15 Manchester derbies. Unless his side can crack in a winner here, he may well be facing another Manchester derby in a replay at Main Road. Giggs. Giggs has won the throw. Keane. Giggs. Neville continuing the run. It's a good break this from United. Sharp! 2-1 to Manchester United. Lee Sharp is the scorer. United finally found their cutting edge. It was Phil Neville who turned up in an advanced position to deliver just the sort of cross that Lee Sharp wanted. Nicely weighted ball through to Neville, delicately pulled back by him for Sharp, and the ball driven through Immel in the Manchester City goal. Beautifully weighted ball from Giggs to the fullback, and Neville showing great awareness there to pick out Lee Sharp. And Sharp, who scored in the last match here against Blackburn Rovers, has done it again with a little help from Phil Neville, and Manchester United, for the first time in this match, take the lead. They're all checking their watches now, everyone dressed in red on a day which isn't for the neutral here at Old Trafford. 1 minute of stoppage time's already been played. And the onus very much on Alan Ball's team now. Manchester City can't afford really to be creative, they've got to be direct. And although Clough was direct, no one was in that position to take advantage. And it was a gift for Schmeichel. We'll now just let the clock tick away. Trainee intent on preventing him from allowing to do that. And the final whistle goes, and Manchester United are through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup after a vigorously fought local derby. Alex Ferguson saw his team come from behind after Uwe Rosler's goal, a controversial penalty award for a foul on Cantona. Cantona himself took the spot kick to change the course of the match, and Lee Sharp, who scored his first goal in 5 months against Blackburn in the last match, came up with another match winner to ensure that United go through and win the Manchester derby for the 51st time. Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1.
The sixth round match against Southampton was played at Old Trafford. By now, United, with Eric Cantona in sparkling form, were once again challenging for the Premiership title as well as Cup honours. For their part, Southampton was struggling to stay in the Premier League.
Bruce to take the free kick, almost half an hour gone. Roy Keane rising, and Andy Cole! Well, there's some big appeals here, but Steve Dunn, who was looking around one or two bodies to spot exactly what happened around Besant.
Well, it's no surprise to me that Keane again is the one who inspires that great lead. Now, does Richard Hall get a grip of Andy Cole here? As he looks to spin, the right arm comes over. Now that's why Andy Cole's up and looking for a penalty. It all happened very quickly. We've got the benefit of that super slow motion that the referee doesn't have.
And Charlton, who scored here last season, one of only 4 players to do that in the league. Such was Manchester United's marvellous home record. But Peter Schmeichel really might be taking issue with his own players. Maybe they didn't recognise that Philip Neville had a problem, but certainly on the far side, they wanted to keep going, and Southampton decided, well, we've got to take what chance we can get here.
I think he's getting bookmarked. I think he's annoyed that the referee didn't stop the game, but I think unless it's a head injury, Mark, normally referees let the game go on. There he throws himself into the tackle, gets caught with the follow-through, and I think he knows it's not a head injury. I have to say this has been a first-class performance from Southampton in the opening 43 minutes of the game.
Dodd. Shipperley! Oh, he's not given it.
I find that decision absolutely amazing as an ex-striker. I find it amazing. It's a wonderful crosser. This is a brilliant cross at the far post. It's hung up there, Shipley goes in, he goes up early. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that goal. That's a magnificent header from a striker who wants to score a goal for his club, and he's denied by a poor decision from an official.
Cantona, Cole, Giggs had set off, and Cole's got it through for Ryan Giggs. Cantona trying to get free in the centre, and here he is with the inevitable outcome. Another vital goal early in a second half on a Monday night for Eric Cantona.
How often is this man going to do this? But what a ball from Cole. 2 great passes in this move. Cole's and then this one. He absolutely fizzes it across the danger area. If Richard Hall gets a touch, he's going to concede an own goal. Giggs just fizzes it across the face of the 6-yard box. If Hall gets it, it's a goal. He doesn't. Well, it's bread and butter for Eric Cantona, this. Simple side foot. You never expect him to miss these, and he doesn't.
Sharp. Can he get it to Cantona? He does. He's looking for others, including Keane. A brilliant stop by Besant. He got across his line and kept out Keane's header, which was firmly struck.
Well, not only is Roy Keane holding his head, so is Eric Cantona. Just watch the way his brain's ticking over here. Looking. Where's my best option? Where's my best option? That's it. I'll put it on your head and get us in. Well, the killer second goal, Roy.
Cantona is free. Oh, that's brilliant. And it's going to lead to a goal knocked in by Sharp from right on the line. It flatters Manchester United. The craft of Cantona to be admired, of course. But Southampton finally sunk in stoppage time.
Well, it's a skill again of Cantona. Watch his feet here. You're thinking it touches too much just here and the defender's got a chance, but look at that. And then he doesn't panic, waits. Well, that's simple for Lee Sharp. Game over.
And Lee Sharp, who hasn't had the happiest of 48 hours, gets a goal here right at the end of an FA Cup quarter-final that's been very, very close.
Well, I think it's been closer than the 2-0 suggests.
But Cantona's goal, 4 minutes into the second half, plenty of talk about that because it was a well-worked goal. Cole and Giggs helped set it up. But the goal that didn't count just before half-time from Neil Shipperley, that was a turning point.
Villa Park was the venue for a titanic semi-final battle against Chelsea. The Londoners had the ex-United hero Mark Hughes in their lineup, as well as the gifted former Dutch international Ruud Gullit. Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister watched the game from the sidelines and left the task to fitter and younger legs, such as those of David Beckham.
Steve Bruce forced to watch from the touchline. Eric Cantona takes over his role as captain. Chelsea get this semi-final underway. 4 players in each side started the 1994 FA Cup final meeting between the teams at Wembley, and a 5th player on the Chelsea team, Mark Hughes, started in Manchester United's colours. Here's Sharp. Running into Clark. Manchester United awarded the throw-in. Header away by Dewberry. Cantona. Good ball, but ran into Lee. Here's Keane. Trying to force it back across. He's won the corner off Michael Dewberry. Hughes coming back to help out the rear guard. The first corner of the match taken by Beckham. Keane beaten to the ball by Dewberry. This is Eric Cantona. They really missed him on their cup run last year, did Manchester United. It's a hopeful one from Keane. Burley stretching to clear. This is Lee Sharp. Giggs, 3 waiting. Beckham, one of them has hit the post. Cole is in there, and Chelsea scramble it away. Chelsea's goal survives the direct threat, and now Hullet breaks. Hughes waiting for it. Headed away by Phil Neville for the corner. Hullet, from Chelsea having to defend, suddenly put them onto the attack. Giggs swung it across. Beckham got the direct shot in, and Hitchcock didn't even look at it as it came back off the post. Hullet's cross headed behind by Keane for the corner. Plenty of defending for Manchester United to do after they'd caused such a flurry of excitement with that Beckham effort. Wise's corner, and Dewberry wasn't really aware of his position in relation to the goal, headed hopefully down into the ground. Roy Keane. Phil Neville looking to place it onto Cole's head. Clearance by Lee. Cole is looking very sharp, finds Giggs! Cole looking very alert, and the header from Giggs giving the first direct threat to Hitchcock, and he was equal to the task. Giggs climbing ahead of Steve Clark. Burley. This is Dewberry, left in some space. Michael Dewberry curls it! Good try! Off the upright! They were standing off him. Now they're looking for Hughes. Schmeichel comes and punches. Clearly they didn't see Dewberry as any danger whatsoever with the shot, and he almost made Manchester United pay for their complacency. Clearance by Sharp. Here's Giggs. Cole and Cantona both to his left. Cole going through the middle. Held it off well. Good ball. Cantona. Giggs! Lovely move from Manchester United. Cantona thinking so quickly to get that ball in with rapidity to Ryan Giggs. And Giggs launched himself at it. Cole did well initially to find Eric Cantona, and while he had the time to hold it up, he saw that the early option was on. Giggs just wide of the mark. 10 minutes to go to half-time. No score. It's been very competitive, but to both teams and to the referee's credit, no bookings yet. Hughes is away. Pullet is trying to peel away and has done and scores! The Hughes-Hullet combination opens the scoring and Chelsea are jubilant. Hughes, the former Manchester United man, strikes a dagger into his old team's hearts as he made the break out on the left-hand side. Pullet pulled away from May and from Gary Neville and supplied a firm header that Schmeichel had no chance of preventing from bulging the net. Chelsea go into the lead, and the Dutch master marksman has given them that lead. Well, so much for the dream Liverpool-Manchester United final that everyone had been talking about. Chelsea showing yet again, as if it needed proving, that the FA Cup doesn't always run to form. They've still got a second half to withstand, and they may have to absorb a fair old battering. Cantona, off the post! Suddenly out of the blue, Eric Cantona produces the special moment that often leads to Manchester United's success. So often recently he's been responsible for their successes, and he almost pulled them back into this game with that spectacular effort. Spencer. Phelan has made the break, but he's actually pulled up there. And he looks to be in a bad way. Schmeichel has charitably allowed Phelan to receive treatment. It was a possibility of a real attacking opening here for Phelan. Just as he got sight of the ball and was moving onto it, he pulled up in agony. Clearly, Phelan is in no fit state to continue. Beckham. There's May. Neville's run. And Neville is round Spencer. Looking for Cole. Johnson's header. Cantona! It's in! Cantona's header. Cole supplied a finishing touch just for insurance. But Manchester United are back in this semi-final with a shout. It was Phil Neville's cross that teased the Chelsea defence into submission. Cole's presence really worried Johnson. And the flicked header away only found Eric Cantona, whose header was goal-bound. Cole made absolutely sure. Ten minutes of the second half gone. And young Philip Neville, in an unorthodox role for him in the first team on the right-hand side, has provided the moment that has really got Manchester United out of trouble. Keane. And that's a dangerous back pass, and Beckham is onto it quickly. Hitchcock backpedaling furiously. Beckham scores for Manchester United. Hitchcock in despair. Chelsea in total despair. It was an awful back pass from Craig Burley that has helped Manchester United, who are 1-0 down, to turn this tie around completely. What was Burley thinking of there? He lined it up on a plate, and Beckham accepted the gift so gratefully. Rich rewards for Beckham, who struck the post in the first half, but now hits the net in the second. It was sloppy play from Chelsea. Beckham said thank you very much. And despite Alex Ferguson's team going a goal down, they've turned this one around, and Chelsea suddenly find themselves playing catch-up. Here's the man to help them in their task. It's Hullet, and Schmeichel denies him. Spencer, good try, and headed off the line by Cantona. Manchester United hold firm against the barrage. Schmeichel stood up initially to Hullet, but Cantona stood in the way of the follow-up effort. What drama here! Well, Schmeichel has been such a tower of strength all season for United. He denied Hullet, and who would have expected to see Eric Cantona in this position? They're grateful he was. Beckham in so well ahead of Wise. This is key. Sharp. Cole. David Beckham! Well, he's got one already. That would have been a spectacular one to supplement it. Cantona. Good run from Cantona. Van Cole. Keane. Good ball swept out to Giggs. And he spotted Eric Cantona! Good save, Cole! Off the line by Myers. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time played. Cole. Johnson back pass. Another look at the watch from the referee. And Manchester United are in the FA Cup final for the third year in a row. The double dream still alive despite Ruud Hullet's opening goal for Chelsea. Rejection for them, but jubilation for Alex Ferguson.